growing up here was very interesting now when I look back on it, because I had a lot of freedom. I had a lot of freedom that my father didn't have. I had to work, I had to learn to be the man of the family when he was very, very, very little, not even young, little. History, roots is very important. When I first began the journey into my own story, I was very mixed coming up here. Every memory, every interaction with my family that is touched something in me, not always good. I would go up in the room, or I would just run up to the little forest and just cry or beat the ground with my fist. I did a lot of grief work, even though I didn't lose a friend or a family member here. I didn't lose anything in the physical, practical way, but I lost a lot from my heart. See, every family has conditioning, every family has darkness, dark cursing, numbness, patterns that are destructive, even the best family. And if you want to be free from that, you have to go through a lot of pain. But you see, once you start breaking free, then you can see the goodness of your family. Most people look at their roots and they just say, oh wow, they did their best. Some people just say, no, I hate them. Yes, in both approaches, there is some truth, but you need to dig deeper. You need to walk through your own pain so that you can find out the truth. Yes, you have been hurt, you have been wounded. But what's underneath? What's the real story of your family, of the land where you were brought up, and your own heart? Roots are very important. There must be no room for just blind ignorance and outright rejection. No. Do not run from your roots, and do not just idolize them. Oh yeah, they're all good, but keep them at bay. No. This is not about good and bad. This is about discovering who you are, discovering how your culture, your land, your family history has shaped you for the worse and for the better. And find out who you are under that facade, under that mask that is very often just a result of that conditioning and trauma or lack of nurturing or whatever. There was a lot of silence in my family from my father's side, and there was a lot of meddling from my mom's side. See, they're just over there. If they hear me say that to you, they'll probably think it's very disrespectful. That's why I'm not going to tell them anytime soon. I just feed them a little bit every now and again. But they're not taken that journey. They're from a different generation. They lived under communism, They had to just be practical. They had to become practical. Just survive, get a job, earn money, look after your family. And they did their best. They're good people. But I need to do better than that. Every generation owes a lot to the generation before. They owe a lot to the people who fought, to the people who died for them, not only in the war, but under communism as well. So, if I want to be a good son, I must use the freedom that they've sacrificed a lot of their life to give me. To dig deep and find out who I really am. Who I am as a man. Where do I stand in terms of my grandfather, my great-grandfather? I've been looking at some old photos to find out a lot about my grandfather and his father. See, we're not alone. We're like a little piece of a big chain. We're hanging on these people, dead or alive. They've given us so much, good and bad. Find out what is good inside of you from these people and bless it and release it and train it and bring it out of yourself. Get help. And find out what is bad and deal with it in yourself. Don't just bury it and ignore it. Don't just try to be different. Find out what your roots are.